Hello everyone, welcome back. We are finally ready to kick it off here between Fish123 and Endpoint as we dive into the action on Overpass. Bayfum is in the server.
Wait, what? Okay then. So, Jenko as well, so we're going to be missing two players. Robin, not going to be in the server here. The cooler, the IGL, the captain from Fish123, going to be just a foreign memory at this point, but already aggression coming in towards the B-bomb site. Aaron finds two, trying to see if he can find any more as the numbers are equalized as he gets the third as well, gets the quad, and my goodness, can he line up the ace as well, and the headshot. So close to landing, gets in up close and personal. Aaron 5, quite coincidentally, he gets the ace.
Big opening round from Aaron there, able to just brutally take him down. Tackles the entire team with his pistol skills as he was able to just dance away through the round. That's an ace and a big way to open it up with finesse. Endpoint getting the first pistol round, put them into a good position. 4 SMGs coming out though as they rebuy snods.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, what was it? Pat's Money Crew, 3, 4 AKs, 1 SMG. You can see for Endpoint, they understand how important the economy is for their team. They're expecting the full eco coming out from Fish as Fish got the bomb planted, but instead, this is a prolific team, so strong individually. They're going to be investing into these deagles straight away. Flashbangs as well onto 2 other players, and they have Kevlar to boot, apart from Smooya. Obviously saving for the AWP. But actually, no, apologies. The bomb was not planted, Jack. So this means Endpoint are expecting the force buy, so that's why they are playing so passive. But Smooya lights up the server already. Mighty Max taken out of the server as Fish try to make their way in towards A.
Oh, Lazza trying to defend towards A. Actually does get side sweeps. He goes down to Smooya. Weber is at least in position. Has the SMG to play with. He's going to start to wreak havoc against them. But he goes down so quickly. Falls to Surreal. Surreal, T-Sack, and Smooya. The 3 remaining T-side players as they slowly start to dwindle. Aaron comes through as he punishes the first. Takes down Surreal. T-Sack and Smooya both on deagles. The smoke goes on the bomb to shroud the defuse. There's Aaron and Pulse here working together as they push around. Big tag there from Pulse, actually. Gets some low. Molotov goes in as well to try and halt the peak. As they try and push round, it's going to be an easy spray from Pulse as he takes them both down. Second round going to be picked up from Endpoint, even though it was cut close. 3 rebuys have to come out.
Smooya can buy an AWP here. If you're Fish123, 2 players have survived from Endpoint. You could force around the AWP from Smooya potentially. Go for that risk, but obviously it isn't really worth it, right? You save into round number 3. Oh my gosh, they're going to be buying 1 AK at least for Baytham. And they're going to be dropping over the Smooya, so... What? Okay, so it is the force buy. Okay, so T-Sec drops over an AK to Jenko. Baytham drops over an AK to Surreal. They now have 3 AKs to work with. But then again, on the flip side here for Endpoint, they have 3 rifles as well. 2 UMPs to round off the rest of the buy. 1 defuse kit for Aaron. 2 Molotovs and only 2 smokes left with a minute 30 left on the clock. So a contact play from these AKs could be extremely effective.
Lazza playing up close and personal here with the support of Mighty Max by Close Toilet. Smooya is going to be the first line of attack, obviously, for Lazza. Let's see if he will outduel him. Does actually win on the flashbang peak there from Max. So the teamwork going to be able to overpower the aggression from Smooya. Jenko as well, trying to spam through and at least take them down to get a consolation frag because of it, but it doesn't work out very well for him. Bayfum's the only one to actually get the initial entry. Just diving around with the CZ as he drives about the map, over to try and cause some more havoc. Baits Lazza to face as well, so Jenko will be able to capitalize on that as they now drive their way up towards the A site. It's a 3-on-2 as Fish123 are low.
Yeah, this is awful now for Fish. Round's been sent into disarray after Smooya loses essentially the firefight versus Joe Lazza. And now 3 versus 2. Jenko, Baytham combined 36 points of HP, so the health is in favor of Endpoint. They have the manpower, they have the utility to work with as well. A Molotov there for Aaron. Whiteface comes in from Pulse, leaving just Baytham now the 1 versus 3. And how difficult is this going to be now for Fish when you think about, you know, T-side overpass is one thing, right? But T-side overpass when you factor in 2 substitutes. Robin, your IGL, Cooler taken out of the equation. Cosmin, your anchor, gone as well. Fish, this might actually be a lot harder than we thought. Obviously, they are still favored in this scenario. You have Smooya, by far the best player in the UK scene, even though he is playing for an international squad. But by leaps and bounds, the best player. But is he enough, though, to overcome Endpoint? And think about this as well, Jack. Endpoint are going to want to have a resurgence after the embarrassing loss they had versus PMC.
Yeah, that is true. And also, not even for that, not just in terms of pride, this is needed. They need a win here. You can't afford to let that drop any lower. You've already got 3 losses in the league. You can't try and take a 4th now as well.
Flashes come in from both sides towards B short and middle. There will be a 1-player advantage here. Jenko lands the double body shot onto Aaron, so a 5 versus 4. Bomb making its way again in towards the B bomb site. So if you are Fish, you're expecting a 2-2 setup towards the CT sites, 2 towards A and 2 towards B. But now, Jenko potentially too greedy there with the angle and the smoke eventually taken down. Pulse as well, the second frag for himself into this round as he faces towards Monster. 4 versus 3 as Pulse is delivering the goods here for Endpoint.
T-Sac pushing through. Is going to try and bow round. Oh, Weber as well holds the angle, gets the first headshot as he takes them down and also defunks this attack. You can see it's much slower, much more segregated as everyone will fall down as well. Just executed in the end there by Max. So Endpoint get 4 rounds from the pistols as you'd expect. Now the rebuy comes out for Fish123 as they pump the cash back into it. Just AKs though. And Smooya with not too much economy either, as he only has the 1 smoke to work with. This should be another Endpoint round really if they play it smart. As Endpoint, they need to be able to show they are the better team and that teamwork is going to be what actually works out well from here.
Flashes come in. Towards middle, Mighty Max hearing the thundering footsteps of the players from Fish towards A long, but Weber as well connects as the crescendo happens towards A long. The problem is though, 2 for 2 trades, so in terms of the numbers now being a 3 versus 3, you are going to be favoring Fish in this regard. They have the 3 versus 3, they can group up together, have like a 3 versus 1 or a 3 versus 2 towards one of these sides. The issue is though, Cyrilla's onto such low HP, so maybe he can use his utility first, go in first and use him as a trade vessel to try and get an entry, for example, on towards the A or B side.
Right now just being used as a mule for his big pockets, as he had that utility to actually give them some kind of competitive edge. Towards the B site, they will slowly muster up and group up. He's got a flashbang, HE, and a Molotov. There is another Molotov on Jenko as well, so if they do want to set the site ablaze, that is going to be an option. Smooya appears to be the one that wants to lead the charge as well, coupled off the flashbang by Surreal as he pushes his way straight in. Pulse going to be there to attempt to defend the site now as they swarm in, taking short control and controlled by close polls. The spray comes through from Pulse, gets the first, dinks up the second as well, but Jenko's still alive and kicking as he's with Smooya. Going to be able to get that bomb down. Smoke goes out, has the molly as well. That's going to be lobbed out as well to try and cut off the rotate from CT. From the elevated angle, Luzza strikes against the first. Jenko's down, it's all on Smooya. He's got a clutch with the AK now as Luzza keeps him busy, keeps him honed in. His attention is focused. When he peeks round, Luzza's going to land the shot. It's another kill. Another round going the way of Endpoint.
5-0 then as the retake is good from Endpoint there. Luzza finding both those frags to the AWP. HE grenade goes out. Jenko not expecting an AWP to be hard at that angle, especially after just HE grenading, right? Usually it's the rifler because the AWP would stay scoped just in case someone peeked. HE grenade comes out, obviously Pulse, given the information that Smooya was dinked, goes for the wide face, gives away the first frag and gives up so much room for Endpoint to work with. As soon as you find the first frag towards the site, you can instantly just play the trade game. 5-0 then Fish123 will be going for another buy. They have the maximum round loss bonus here and they also have the bomb plant, so 4,000 plus kills in terms of their economy. So Fish, 123 Jenko, and Cyrilla as well had a lot of cash that they found frags towards the B side, so they have more money to work with. Round number 6 though still. But slow play from both teams really.
That is true, obviously either of these sides actually trying to keep it at a fairly low tempo. Endpoint as well playing closer towards mid as they group up. Wait for the push to come towards them. The flashbang face there from Fish as they make first contact. Surreal will be the one to try and achieve something into this round as he pushes down. Luzza just waiting on the receiving end with the AWP as well. Try and strike against them here as they slowly extend about, getting deeper and deeper, close towards A sites. Nod's banging on the door now.
Luzza missing the first shot, has the aid of Mighty Max though to back him up. Going to be holding towards Banana as well. You can see, expecting the peak to come through. Spots out 2 players, not the bomb just yet, but lands the first flick, and the refrag coming from Jenko. And eventually the headshot is connected. They're pushing in now, but Surreal not expecting Mighty Max. The flashbang is so perfect. As he gets a second. Oh, even the bad-mannered graffiti. Is that snail? Oh no, it's a balloon. No, it's not. It's a dead
skull, mate. Yeah. Got the spray down as he pushed through. Smooya going to be able to backslap him there as he connects the heavy hands attack with the AK. They're going to push up towards the site. Easy from Weber, though. Just simple as ever. Peeks out, finds the first headshot, toys with his friend in Batham here as well. As Batham's trying to get up on the site. It's just side-slapped as he goes down.
Slapped indeed. 6-0 then. Into round number 7. Look at that. Jacob. Endpoint Jacob. Signed now with Endpoint as their coach. Don't know how long term it is, but it's definitely here in the forefront. And for Endpoint, the idea of a coach, right? Which players could coach this team? Imi tried it, didn't work out. Obviously now in NRG coaching that team. Keita coaching Fish123. So how many more coaches are there left? You know, Rom potentially, but Rom wants to play. Obviously,
Rom's
now,
banned.
yeah, banned now, of course. So forget that. But you know, apart from Jacob, who else is there?
Laza with the AWP. He's the one dealing damage into this round, though, as he's going to be able to coach him straight out of this one. Doesn't want none of this. Goes back through the face as well. Confidence there. Gets himself the quad kill into the rounds. He takes it down. Endpoint. They are racking up rounds second after second. It's not. 7 already been packed into their backpack. There's still some room for at least a few more. There's some leeway.
What else they got in there? They bring that apple to school, the lunchbox?
It's just a metaphor for rounds, mate. There's no real bag.
Really?
Yeah, there's nothing actually in it.
Wow. Maybe Fish123 don't think this one is reality as well. Maybe they're expecting it still.
Ooh.
The warm-up. That's still, what, 7-0 down. Into round number 8. I mean, we expected Fish to be winning this one. Smooya, Robin, all these players, but Robin's not here. Cosme's not here for Jenko, fair enough. But Batham, you know, how active has he been recently apart from UK Pro League?
Ooh, Mighty Max on the face. Gets himself a double. Gonna be wanting some more as well, but Surreal will be able to side strike and leave Max dead on the ground. Lazar as well. Wants to try finish off Surreal here if the extension comes through. He's holding the angle as he just lies in wait. Calculated as ever. Fires away, pulls back on the trigger, takes down Surreal. And all of a sudden there was just 2 men left on the Fish123 side, Smooya and Batham.
Lazar. Oh. Flashes out towards Banana, so we'll get away scot-free. Smooya rattles off the op towards Banana. So now they know exactly where he is. We should maybe, or we could be seeing aggression towards B short from Endpoint, but then again, it is a 4 versus 2. There's no real reason to give away your frag potentially. As they make their way in towards the A side now, towards A long. Lazar finds the first one to Smooya, trying to walk through the smoke in towards toilets. Batham lights up the round, finds 2. 1 versus 2. Bomb is planted, so another buy into the next round. There's a minimum for Fish, but he's fairly low, Jack.
Flashbang comes over as well to keep him blind. Batham, the only one left alive on the Fish123 side. He can be a bit of an absolute gamer when it comes down to it, but wasn't able to find success in this one. Aaron will fall short, get us executed there. Defuse comes through. That is going to be 8 rounds now for Endpoint. They're just racking them up round after round. They're keeping it going. They're looking good. They get the free AWP as well. They can pass that back over to Lazar. Everything's coming up Endpoint. Double AWP setup. Why not? Let's have 2.
Timing there onto T-Sac. Oh, as he pulls up the flashbang to flash over middle. 8-0. Endpoint already going to be winning the half as a bare minimum, so they're looking very strong. Such a difference to what we saw them versus Pat's Money Crew when they had the 13-4 lead, threw it all away. It was extremely strange. But anyway. Round number 9. Bomb left outside Monster. Weber. Elevated angle there, boosted towards Sandbags, finds the first, and Surreal's taken out of this one. 5 versus 4. Double up setup from the CT side, and already Weber's secondary up finds the first frag, so an advantage for Endpoint in just 15 seconds.
Okay, Pulse going to re-smoke here towards short. Batham's still there, just lying in wait, but the bomb is down as well. This is awkward for Fish. There's not really too much they can do. You've already lost Surreal. Smooya does have the AWP, sure. But this is what I was talking about. It seems like sometimes with Smooya on that T side of the map, he can either be outrageous in terms of the fact he'll play with confidence to be able to get these big entries, or sometimes it's just really slow in there as well. Actually went for the extension out, but Weber catches him off guard with his AWP. Lazar comes back through with a double AWP setup, and then there were just 2 members left on Fish. Fish1-2.
And no 3. Because it's just going to be T-Sac and Batham now in a 2 versus 5. 45 seconds left. Aaron having the angle, the Cardinal, saving the pistol as well. Remember, that was a 4 versus 3 essentially at that point. So, coming in towards the B side now, 35 seconds left. Pulse lights it up with the first, leaving just T-Stack alone. In towards B, sure they know exactly where he is. Lazza pushes through the heaven smoke, finds that final frag. This might be a quick game here, Jack.
Well, it seems like it. Fish don't really have the best economy now into this round either. This should be 10 rounds achieved. Fish are getting bomb plants down as well. If you look at this, I mean, there's been 3 rounds where there's been defuse wins for Endpoint on the retake. There's been clutch rounds as well. Endpoint right now just outclassing them.
Will be the courtesy buy there from Fish, and that might mean a bigger buy. Potentially even a double up setup as well. Remember, they could have got the bomb down, I said. As the bomb was planted, well, it wasn't planted, but if it was planted, they can go for the buy. They had $4,000 around, you know, aggregately across the board over all 5 players. They could have bought. But maybe hindsight's 20/20 in this scenario. Maybe they couldn't have, but enough arguing here and into the facts. Pushing in towards the A site. Cyril finds the first and clever misses the crucial shot. And now this is a real test for Endpoint.
Yeah, that is not a good way to go. Here we go as well. The rotate coming back around. They're going to try and assault towards the A site. Fish123, they've got the bomb down. They've got themselves into a good advantage in terms of the man numbers as well. But will they actually be able to hold it this time? Smooya and Surreal, both the players that can be incredibly outrageous on the AWP on that T side, have donned the weapon. So they're in a good form in terms of the setup as well.
Wow, still a 5 versus 3. Smoke onto Pulse, so they can smoke defuse. Cyril the AWP finds that first frag in the retake. Smoke comes out, and actually the Molotov... Okay, for a second that was a bit of a bloodbath. Bit of a slobber knocker. But it does conclude in the favour of Fish. And now the reset potential for Endpoint.
Yeah, the buy coming back through, obviously, for Endpoint there as well. They did splash the cash a little bit. They had that double up setup that they were running. It worked well in the initial, then started to dribble down because of the way the round shaped up. For Fish, though, you've got 1 round. Can you actually keep this going? Can you get that knock-on effect from it? Keep the ball rolling, keep the economy growing. Smooya on the AWP, a little bit more aggressive into this round. As he actually tries to take first contact with the AWP, going to scope in, push up. No one's going to be there to greet him.
Yeah, I mean, this is the issue as well for Fish, right? The double-out setup was so strong early on from Endpoint. Weber misses 1 shot towards A long, and then suddenly they disregard that one. All 5 players now. I say all 5. Smooth's in connector, so we'll count it as well. Grouped up outside the B-bomb site as he will come in. Smoke towards heaven, I imagine. Oh, the grenades that Epsilon or Fish123 have in this scenario as well. They should be there around flashbang for Monster. And here comes the push, Jack.
They're getting ready for it as they boost over. Smooya in the elevated angle, but Smooya gets detected. Oh, the frag's come through from Pulse as he's able to grab 2 and nearly netted himself the 3rd. That could have been the nail in the coffin if he did take down Batham, but instead, Batham and Jenko are still alive and kicking. They're going to assault the site as well, use the smoke and the smog to shroud their push, give them more of a chance to get the drop on the opposition. But the Endpoint killer bees are on the swarm. They've rotated over towards the site. Lazza comes through as well. Here's Jenko with the assault and battery, leaves him lifeless on the ground. Batham brutally attacks Max though. Finds success with the AK, but he's not got too much time. 30 seconds.
Joe Luce.
Off that bomb.
Yeah, Joe Luce has had such a star performance into this matchup. 15, 16 kills already after 10 rounds being played. Oh, Batham has to calculate the cross. If the flashbang doesn't connect, which it doesn't, that might be the end here as he's crossing. Ooh, okay, Lazza misses, and now a real opportunity for Batham to have a chance to this one. Whips out the flashbang, charges at Batham as he's into the water. Oh, Lazza makes his way into the site. If only he knew how low Batham really was. Whips out the... What? I thought it was the pistol for a second. That would have made a lot more sense. Instead, keeps the AWP out, so I imagine no one from his team actually relaying the information that Batham was 30 HP.
Yeah, Batham was low. If he would just used his rifle, we could have won that firefight. His pistol, rather. He could have won that firefight. Instead, goes down. Want to try and use the AWP. That's unfortunate there. Actually good for Batham as well, coming in clutch in that round that he was direly needed. As Fish123, they get their 2nd round. They break the economy of Endpoint. That's so massive in terms of how it actually affects the overall game now. This could be their 3rd round, the continuation from that as well. Endpoint is going to take them a while before they actually have an opportunity to try bark back.
Bark back. They're making a lot of noise here, Jack. This is a good way back into it. Forcing out the eco from Endpoint. Obviously, if this half goes 9-6 potentially, if Fish can win out the remainder of the second, half of the first half, There's a real chance we see a 9-6 and then therefore a pistol half. Sorry, pistol. Gosh, I'm forgetting all the words. Forget it. We'll talk about it later. 4 versus 4.
Push comes around, they're trying to take side control. Max executes Cyril there, lands the frags with the USP, trying to hold the angle with the AK as well as they spray, but no ammunition is left in the clip. So there was no more decimation to be made there by Pulse. Full short. Max comes through with the Molotov though, as it will actually send Jenko off to the Burns ward. Once again, it's Batham.
The Bonham himself.
Let's see what Batham can do. He's into the 1v4. 1v3 rather, as he does have the bomb. He's got tons of time. Looking like he's debating actually going the whole way through and actually pushing up towards the A side potentially.
Yeah, if he gets the frag onto Weber, goes towards A, plants potentially for toilets, plays the off angles. There's so many places he could be. There's no Kevlar, remember, for one of the players as well if he finds Weber.
Oh,
slapped. Literally backhanded.
that sauce on sauce crime.
So the point I was trying to make, which I failed at, was if Fish make it 9-6 and they win the second half pistol, they could bring it back to a 9-9 scoreline, Jack. It's just not happening though, is it? 10-2, double digits already here for the CT side of Overpass for Endpoint. 8-round advantage. Forced by now from Fish. If they lose this one, 11-2, they're going to be forced onto an eco as well. We could easily be seeing a 12-2 scoreline, 10-round advantage for Endpoint. And if we can quickly see the kills as well, if that's okay. Observe if we see the scoreboard real quick. 15 for Joe Lazarus. So strong performance so far. 12 as well for Pulse and Weber. Pulse has had some crucial frags as well in this game. And Lazza, just as I say his name, is going to be tested again, it seems, as the AWP from Smooya, close towards it long as the boost comes out, and the beak. Oh, and how did he win that duel?
Well, that doesn't look like he had that every time. That was a slow adjust. That's weird. Well, Smee does actually take him down.
Why is he leading with the CZ?
The Weber spray came through, but obviously questions to be made there as the response comes back in. It's just Smooya and Jenko. Max has won the round for him as well. Max has the angle. Jenko has no idea. Smooya is not going to be able to clear it because of this. They both push in, and it's a mighty Max angle that wins them the game there. 2K comes through, another round going to be given to them. 11-2 now. Fish123 looking confused.
Look at that, Surreal with the AWPs, he said, leading the charge towards A long. Okay, well, I've seen it all then. 11-2, round number 14. Still 2 more rounds to be played for, and actually Fish are going to go for another 4 spy, so they want to fight for an 11-4 scoreline. But many of these rounds haven't even been close. So Weber bails them out of a scenario where they weren't favoured. 5 versus 4. Lazza gave away the first frag as he lost the duel towards A long from Smooya. Weber the 3K spray down towards A long. Brings them back into this one.
Ooh, they're getting tagged up though as they get a bit low. Attempting to push round. The early damage is done onto T-Sack, Batham and Surreal as they get legged ever so slightly. They've got utility to work with on Endpoint as well. It is dwindling, but they still have 2 smokes. You've got 3 flashbangs. They can run down that clock a little bit longer before they have to panic at these pushes coming through. Lazar as well. Snaps against Surreal there. Somehow he finds that frag. Knows the push is coming. Relays that to his teammates, but still actively trying to be the decision maker. On the close angle though, Weber needs to come through. Finds the headshot as he uppercuts Batham. Continues that as well. Down crunches on T-Sack and Max with the final frag on Smooya. As Endpoint get themselves 12 rounds, 1 away from it, 13-2 on the first half, which would just be lunacy.
Smooth's going to be happy that this game isn't on HOTV, Jack. Imagine ruining his past 3 more stats. 10 round advantage now for Endpoint. Didn't expect to be staying that one. Final round of the first half, flash to bail out Lazza. I saw this actually from G2, the exact same setup. It was Shox holding the flash for Kenny S, so it seems like Max has been on his demo grind, which is good to see. Well, we'll be another force from Fish. Deagles, pistols, and apart from that, no real firepower into this roster, but they have so many Deagles. How on earth are they going to come into these sites unless they land instant headshots? Well,
that's what they're going to have to hope on about here as they get ready to try and push through. They're going to need to use those Deagles. The angle is being covered by Aaron, though. Flashbang over as well as they want to keep on blind as they bound in, slivering their way through towards the bomb site. Damage is done by Denko and also Surreal. They actually do get entries with the Deagles. Another one comes through. Surreal on with the AK now slaying. And all of a sudden there's just 1 man left. Lazza. Elevated angle in play. 1v2. He might have the better firepower, but will he actually be able to get the drop on them? Oh, the Molotov as well. Smart from Lazza. Sends Jenko off down to the Burns ward looking crispy. as he pushes up close and personal now with the CZ. Batham, 13 HP in a dream, grabs the AK on the cross as he gets out of there. As Lazza needs to make a decision soon. He has the kit, pushes up towards the site, clears towards short, pre-fires round, finds the kill, and the defuse. 13-2 at the half. Endpoint really locking it down their CT side.
11-round advantage here for Endpoint, then going into their T side. What do you really say? I mean, these rounds were close as well. How many 1 versus 1s was that from Lazza? 1 versus 2 early on, the 1 versus 1 as well, and the 1 versus 2 we just had there, with the Molotov if you had that in. 3 clutches from Lazza. Big spray downs as well from Weber and Pulse. There you have it, 11-round advantage, 13-2. If they win the pistol, this game is done.
Well, it's all to play for. Endpoint. If they come in strong with ferocity displayed in their T-side pistol, well, the knock-on effect of rounds, you win because of it. This could be the game getting closed down early, but let's see if Fish123 will have momentum to try and fight back and stop that.
5 Sister Kevlar coming out from Fish. This should get aggressive. I just realized as well, Jack, their flag is Swedish, and there is no one Swedish right now on the Fish123 roster.
No, that's true. They only have one Swedish player, and he's not here.
Exactly. So.
And also, technically, there should be no other flags than only the UK flag in the league.
Because you have to have 3 UK players to play.
You can have an Irish flag, but that's
all
it.
right, yeah.
No others. They're banned.
It's quite strange we have no Irish teams. Do you not think?
We've only got a couple of Irish players.
Cinder, Ross,
Windansky, Connor.
Connor, lad. Yeah.
Connor.
Hi, seems it, lad. We're already on the A side, though.
T-Sack. He's going to try and go in as he wants to try and make the play. Surreal finds the initial headshot, takes down Bolts. Lazza as well hits the deck, so not working out too well, but all of a sudden Brandon Weber rolls back the ears. He kicks it into second gear and starts to deal damage. Aaron as well coming through, the 1.6 Lunatic. And the young gun, Mighty Max. Used to be known as Deadly because he's an absolute lunatic when it comes down to the combat. Weber and Aaron find frags as well. Endpoint, they win the opening pistol on their T-side snods. This bodes very well for Endpoint crushing this down and getting a very, very fast victory against Fish.
Brandon Weber. I mean, if Endpoint didn't throw the game versus Pat's Money Crew, and this was and they were 3-1 in the league so far as well.
They'd be 4-1.
They'd be 4-1. They'd match Fish, and at that point, you know, Fish123, if they keep fielding roster issues and having subs and substitutes, maybe there's a chance Endpoint could have won the actual group. But still, looking strong. 14-2. This game is going to be a swift one, as don't really see too much mental fortitude here for the Fish123 roster. Remember, this isn't a game on HLTV. They're not playing for stats. They're playing for the league, which they already are 4-0 in. So they already have that first spot. Even if they lose this matchup, Jack, they're still going to be first.
Trying to deal some damage here with the Deagle, but can't quite land the shots. Lazza will kill Surreal. So already this could be match point now actually achieved, as obviously the firepower is just so superior for Endpoint. And Fish have just got those dastardly Deagles.
Gosh, those bloody Deags. 4 UMPs from Endpoint. Galil for Lazza. So once again, heavy investment here into the SMGs from Endpoint. We saw on the CT side and we see it again. As they walk into the Bonham's crosshair, but unfortunately, it's not the highlight for him as he goes 6 feet under.
Trying to deal some more as well. T-Sack wants to cut back the attack that is attacking his site. HE, goes for the flashbang peek, but instead Lazza actually will connect the headshot with a Galil, takes him down. Jenko for the face, but he's been fed to the meat grinder of Weber. Smee with the Deagle, the only one to actually cause a stir towards the site. When it comes down to crunch time, he knows nothing of the crunch. That is going to be 15 rounds now achieved for Endpoint. One away from taking this as a 16-2 victory against Fish123.
This has been a quick game. 13 match points now for Endpoint to work with. 2 UMPs, a Galil as well for Lazza, so they have the weaponry there to send themselves over the finish line eventually. Well, let's see, round number 18. This may be the last round, as you can hear. Endpoint are the one making all the noise.
Trying to push their way through. Ooh, Aaron comes in with a one-tap there back on towards Surreal, takes him down. Pulse going to quickly burst his way through as well, try and clear out this close angle. Smooya lies in wait. Smoke goes down to try and run down the clock as well, but he's still tagged up. This does look like it will be a 16-2 victory for Endpoint. Smooya, cheeky position being utilized. Smart play with the movement there to actually get himself up there into the self-boost.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you remember Smooya, before he was really recognized, that self-boost was always on his agenda, every single round. People used to take advantage of it. They would go up mid, smoke connector, have the 1 versus 5, the one player would leave alone, and run up the 8 site and the round was over. Obviously, it took him some time to realize why that was a poor decision. But now he brings it out only in times of need. And right now is a time of need, Jack. 15-2 down, the bomb going down, but there's no one holding towards short, but eventually Aaron chimes in.
Yeah, the push comes through. There's the first few frags going to go their way. Smooya is the only man left standing. Instead of dropping Big Smooth the ult, they're going to be dropping Big Smooth on the ground. Oh, actually leaves the server.
Oh, he's not
he
happy.
left. Oh, tilted are you?
Angry are you?
Oh, doesn't like losing.
Oh,
Right then.